Why is everyone scared of Syndra? Is she really the bad guy, and is she the strongest in Ionia? Syndra was born in Ionia in a village called Navori. She was the Broly of Ionia as she was born with insane magic. It sounds cool, but people were cautious of her as they were worried that Syndra has too much power for a little girl. As a kid, her emotions would fuel her power. When she got hurt or angry, her magic would flare up. One specific moment is when she was mocked by her older brother and his friends, and in that moment, her magic erupted. She started destroying everything around her and almost killed her own brother, but on top of that, she was at a sacred place in Navori with a ghost willow tree. And that tree also died as a result of her losing her shit. The villagers went, screw this, she crazy, she needs to get out, so they exiled her and her family from Navori. After they were forced out, they ended up at a place called Phalor, which has a magic school renowned for teaching people how to control their magic. At this school, Syndra actually tries to learn to control her magic. She works with her new teacher, a mage named Konigen. And honestly, at this point, everything is sailing smoothly. Syndra's getting more in control and her not erupting is a plus point. However, over time, she noticed her power was getting less, and instead of feeling stronger and controlled, she began to feel weaker. Something was odd, so Syndra then confronts her teacher Konigen, and that reveals the truth. Konigen was not training her, he was suppressing her magic. And well, Syndra goes, fuck this, I don't got time for you and your bullshit, so she just kills him there and then. It's a bit extreme, but do you justify what she did to Konigen? Let me know in the comments. Sadly, this is not the end of it, as after killing her teacher, her magic erupts further. She unleashes spears of power across Phalor, draining the island's spiritual magic and causing a surge of destructive energy. The devastation is so bad, and since no one can stop her, the spirit of Ionia intervenes. But the spirit does not kill her. Instead, it opens a rift and drags her down into a pool of enchanted water, which is designed to suppress her abilities and basically keep her asleep forever. At this point, we want to skip some time, and Ionia moves on from what she did in Phalor. And this is when Noxus invades Ionia. During this invasion, some Ionians knew about Syndra and had hoped to use her to help them fight off Noxus, as honestly people, Noxus absolutely giga killed millions of Ionians. Anyways, during this invasion, some defenders of Ionia rediscovered the rift she was asleep in. Some of these defenders wanted to kill her, some wanted to free her to fight against Noxus. Regardless, during a confrontation at the pool she was asleep in, Syndra's slumber reached a breaking point. Her eyes snapped open and she violently broke free from the magical restraints that bound her. When she breaks out of the rift, the first thing she does is grab a building that had been built over her sleeping pool. She raises it into the sky as a sign of declaration that she ain't no one's bitch and not a toy to be used. And I mean, was she ever? I don't know. Syndra doesn't go around conquering nations. She has no army, but she does one thing very clearly, that anyone who tries to control or use her, she will ruin you. Ionian, Noxian, or anyone. Is she evil? I mean, she has no agenda to control the world, but then she has killed a lot of people and was outcast from a young age. And let's talk about Konigen. He did not teach her to grow, he manipulated her into locking away her abilities because dumb Ionian adults decided she was a threat they could not manage. What do you think? The most important question is she the strongest in Ionia? We have lots of candidates for the strongest in Ionia. There is Master Yi, one of the last Ionians who knows the Wuju art style and combat. Dude's a menace and literally single-handedly defeated an army of Noxian soldiers. The only argument for Yi is that he is trained whereas Syndra is not, but Syndra would dick slap him with just raw magic power. Shen is also very strong. He is the Twilight of Ionia. Dude has two swords, one for the spirit world and one for the mortal world. He is also a powerful candidate in Ionia, similar to Zed to be honest. However, again, Syndra would ruin the two of them. And a few other candidates who you might think have a fair shout against Syndra are probably Kain, Hwei, Yone, Yasuo. Kain is untrained on using his Darkin weapon. Hwei is confused and not really that powerful. Yone is strong, but being half demon is not enough. And Yasuo is just a regular human. Syndra would gut all of them. Karma is interesting as she is also very powerful. She is literally an ancient spirit who has arguably more magic than Syndra. And the difference here would be that Karma is controlled and good at using her magic, as she has monks who taught her to do this from a very young age. Syndra is untrained, therefore I would argue Syndra is the second strongest in Ionia.